You know, like, yo, keep it a little quiet. You know, Fifth's in the hospital, everything's good. You know, we're gonna keep the momentum up and what have you. And then I see on Twitter, and Floyd pretty much announces it.
Yeah. Cause Floyd don't have like there's no such thing as media training in that category, in that area. So what he did is, you know, like once he knew, because they called him to tell him I wasn't feeling well, and he goes, oh man. So, you know, he's surprised. Like anybody who knows me, if you say 50 sick, they'll go, okay, so everything's still going according to schedule, but 50's not feeling well. And then if they tell you that I went to the hospital, they go, well, what's the matter? Like, really? Like, because like even M gave me a call.
Called you when you was in there?
Yeah, he called me. And he was like, yo, you all right?
Because he just heard probably from the blogs. And
he goes, this doesn't make no sense, man. You've been shot 9 times, but you go to the hospital for a burger and die on me over a burger? Like, he was tripping, so he made me laugh while I was still a little uncomfortable.
When you was in there, you tweeted out a picture with some stuffed animals.
Yeah.
You know, I was in New York City last week doing my campaign. I got asked a couple times about, did I really send 50 Cent some fucking stuffed animals?
Yeah.
So was it asshole number 1 in Nelson or asshole number 2 in Renee that actually brought the stuffed animals?
Well, they both came in with stuffed animals separate. He had a giraffe, and then he had like a little he had a monkey and a elephant, and then when they bring the things, I said, oh man. And he said, you should take a picture and post. I said, yeah, go ahead. I tell him, don't do Gangsta Grills, because this is all you fucking get. Even if you fuck around and die in the process.
Well, we made it, baby. Gangsta Grill, the lost tape. Matter of fact, we got a long show for you. We got a lot of shit to talk about, a lot of music. I want to get into it right now. Let's start it off. Remain Calm. First song you heard off DJ Drama, 50 Cent, Gangsta Grill, Shade 45. Weekend, man. 50 Cent is here.
Yeah, we in here.
Lost tape out right now.
Yeah, that Remain Calm is a piece, man. It's me, Snoop, and Paris. You know, for people who haven't been paying attention very much, Paris is like from the new regime of artists that I'm getting ready to bring out, and the new guys that I'm actually looking forward to coming in contact with, so I can actually put them down with it. It's the Rider Gang. It's the new energy. It's her, Kid, and a couple other artists that he associated himself with from New Orleans that they want to kind of bind together, and now she's starting to develop where she having other people around her with that she want to do things with. So I think it's cool because they end up being a part of the show. You know, like I like to keep all the aspiring artists in the actual show that you're launching, and then allow them to become groomed by the process.
Do you enjoy having artists, because you've had great success as well as some controversial moments with your artists? Do you enjoy bringing new artists?
I like that part, like, because that's the part where I'm doing what M and Dre did for me. You know, and of course you'll have moments where people don't actually understand the process or know what you're actually doing. Like I would look for them to have as much success as possible. Like you look at, they think that they can't be that relevant because 50 Cent is there. And it's not that. Like, sure, the audience is there for 50 Cent and you're on the stage with 50 Cent, but you know, the object is for you to perform and for people to enjoy your material to the point that you can have that audience there for yourself. The process that you've seen with who can I use, man? Kanye.
Okay.
With Jay and Kanye. Like, that's his artist. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't actually keep him close to him in the beginning. This is why it's easy for him to bring him close to him now.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if you leave them out all the way on the side, like J. Cole, you probably see that boy, he'd be a few rows away from wherever Jay-Z's sitting. He's not going to be right with him.
Sitting next to him.
Yeah. Never. You know, because he's looking at it like the traditional music business.
Yeah.
So it's going, do you sit with Jimmy or do you sit with Lyor? You see what I'm saying? Like, the artist doesn't sit there until his business acumen allows him to be worthy of that on some levels.
And I think, you know, in certain, like, when I look at the game, I look at it like, you know, you and M, you know, Jay and Kanye, and even now more recently what Lil Wayne did for Drake and Nicki.
Right.
You know, and even for them coming into it, their next moves to be that is to have to be able to break and sign.
Something special.
I can see Nicki hopefully maybe finding another female and putting her on and turning it into something.
That's gonna grow anyway. That category is gonna grow with female artists. You see how many new aspiring artists that you've seen come out like on the web.
Yeah.
Following Nicki's success, and it's just it takes a certain amount of time before they come out. Like a lot of people in the culture that are part of hip hop culture or aware of it, they would pick out or point out Lil' Kim and Foxy as artists,
definitely,
but they don't point to Lauryn Hill and what was it, Floetry?
Yeah, I always forget about Lauryn.
There's a lot of other female artists that had different content that was there at different points. They wrote hip hop music, so. It's interesting to see, because Lauryn was the best one to me.
I agree.
So
a lot of success, a lot of accolades.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of that, let's get into a record off the tape. Let's do this Murder One. Weekend, man. 50 Cent is here.
Yeah, we in here.
Lost tape out right now.
Yeah, that Remain Calm is a piece, man. It's me, Snoop, and Paris. For people who haven't been paying attention very much, Paris is like. From the new regime of artists that I'm getting ready to bring out, and the new guys that I'm actually looking forward to coming in contact with, so I can actually put them down with it. It's the Rider Gang. It's the new energy. It's her, Kid, and a couple other artists that he associated himself with from New Orleans that they want to kind of bind together. And now she's starting to develop where she having other people around her with that she want to do things with. So I think it's cool. Because they end up being a part of the show. I like to keep all the aspiring artists in the actual show that you're launching and then allow them to become groomed by the process.
Do you enjoy having artists because you've had great success as well as some controversial moments with your artists?
Yeah,
Do you enjoy bringing new artists?
I like that part, because that's the part where I'm doing what M and Dre did for me. And of course, you'll have moments where people don't actually understand the process or know what you're actually doing. Like I would look for them to have as much success as possible. Like you look at, they think that they can't be that relevant because 50 Cent is there, and it's not that. Like sure, the audience is there for 50 Cent. You're on the stage with 50 Cent. But, the object is for you to perform and for people to enjoy your material to the point that you can have that audience there for yourself. The process that you've seen with, who can I use, man? Kanye.
Okay.
With Jay and Kanye. Like, that's his artist. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't actually keep him close to him in the beginning. This is why it's easy for him to bring him close to him now.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if you leave them out all the way on the side, like J. Cole, you probably see that boy, he'd be a few rows away from wherever Jay-Z's sitting. He's not going to be right with him.
Sitting next to him.
Yeah. Never. Because he's looking at it like the traditional music business.
Yeah.
So it's going, do you sit with Jimmy? Or do you sit with Lior? You see what I'm saying? Like the artist doesn't sit there until his business acumen allows him to be worthy of that on some levels.
And I think, in certain, like when I look at the game, I look at it like, M, you and M, Jay and Kanye, and even now more recently what Lil Wayne did for Drake and Nicki.
Right.
And even for them coming into it, their next moves to be that is to have to be able to break and, sign.
Something special.
I can see Nicki hopefully maybe finding another female and putting her on and turning it into something.
That's gonna grow anyway. That category is gonna grow with female artists. You see how many new aspiring artists that you've seen come out like on the web.
Yeah.
Following Nicki's success, and it's just it takes a certain amount of time before they come out. Like a lot of people in the culture that are part of hip hop culture or aware of it, they would pick out or point out Lil' Kim and Foxy as artists,
definitely,
but they don't point to Lauryn Hill and what was it, Floetry?
Yeah, I always forget about Lauryn.
There's a lot of other female artists that had different content that was there at different points. They wrote hip hop music, so it's interesting to see, like, because Lauren was the best one to me.
I agree.
You know,
and a lot of success, a lot of accolades.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of that, let's get into a record off the tape. Students Murder 1.
Oh, we play hard. That's what we do.
Shout out to Reef.
Gio.
Yeah, Reef is here. He's a loser. He got to sit here working.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, you know.
Yo, Reef beat me in the head so bad about getting this done.
Yeah, you know, I know he did. Let me tell you what he'll do. He'll be backstage. Backstage at the South by Southwest show. All he waiting to see is What Up Gangsta. Right after that going, pow, I don't see him no more.
You left after that?
No, I was in the crowd.
All he wanted to see was his song get performed, and he was like, I'm out of here. But you know that was me. That wasn't Reef. They made that hot. Or he would have hits with somebody else. It was me.
It was the combination.
If he sends me,
Why didn't you
me a
give him any
CD,
more placements after that?
if he sends me a CD that has something that feels like that, every time now I hear it, it feels like he got a stable relationship. Like he's
married man.
not hungry no more. Like he can't make it no
He's a
more.
PD.
Yeah,
He's got that PD vibe.
He going through that phase.
Yo,
that,
how's this relevant to the lost tape?
Oh yeah, the lost tapes. I forgot what we was there for.
yeah.
This isn't like my bio here. Like,
So some of the questions that I get when I'm talking about the tape and when they ask me is, what's the music sound like? Is it that old 50 or the 50 we wanted to hear? And I love the War Angel.
Yeah.
I love the Big Ten. And I've always wanted to ask you, where do you feel your space in music is? Or when you hear comments like that, Fifth don't give us what he used to.
Yeah, what I get when I hear that is, on some levels, that my audience isn't actually growing with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I start to do things, when I'm a little more conscious of what I actually want to present to the general public, or like the things that I want to do that could change things socially, I think it goes over the head a little bit, and to them it feels like the person is a different person. No, it just means that you've grown to a point that you can be more conscious of things around you, that you want to make a difference on some levels. Like at the end of my career, period, I want my legacy to be more than I've made some good songs and pick some good scripts out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I have to do things that affect things more, like be a part of creating a movement that solves the social issues of hunger.
Mm-hmm.
When I initially, you would feel like it's a third world issue, and like you see famine in Africa, and me partnering with the United Nations World Food Program to do something about that on the Street King project, it was like the first initial step of actually doing it. And then when I got back through social networking, I've already created over 1 billion impressions.
Incredible.
And they the feedback I was getting was, we got people hungry here, Fib.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the stats, 1 in 6 Americans are actually hungry. So that's real. And granted, I will get on the roof and fix the hole in my roof before I go fix someone else's house. You know what I'm saying? So I go, you know what? Let me make some changes, because if you look at the numbers of how many people are dying from famine, you know that that's the place to start. And then if you look at our actual issues here, then you understand the next step would be for me to commit to SMS audio and having every headset that's sold through smsaudio.com provide 250 meals to Feeding America, which is the leading domestic charitable organization against hunger. To make those steps to try and influence not just my other artists as peers, but other young entrepreneurs to implement conscious capitalism and make this business model a standard where they can choose different charitable organizations and choose to be a part of philanthropy in a different way where we affect things socially. Because the only place that you can find the finances, the money to solve these issues would be business. According to World Bank numbers, 1% of business would alleviate all extreme poverty. This is just basic information that that I've come across. So I said, this is the way to actually do it. Like, it kind of mirrors the Tom shoe model, but people can't eat shoes.
True.
So that part, like with Tom's, it feels a bit more like marketing, because you can make like them little Chinese slippers for like 12 cents and provide those to someone in need.
Get conscious or die trying.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, just to do something, to do something positive that affects everyone. Like, you got kids going to school that are completely relying on their school lunch.
Now, with all that being said, and you know, with our tape, it still has that vintage Fifth sound. You know, a lot of grimy lyrics.
Yeah,
you know,
like
that good tough talk.
You know what I get? I get back into.
Is it hard to? Is it? Do you? What I hear is, you know, we can't hear that tough talk from Fifth because he's got so many M's in the bank now.
Well, you know what I say to that? I say that I don't want to hear any rich talk from you because you're broke. See, hip hop. Listen to this. Look, see, hip hop. This is the ill thing. The interesting thing is when you spend the majority of your life not having, you reflect on how far you've came in the struggle. Mm-hmm. So I have a stronger interest in writing the portion of my life that I didn't have than I do writing where I'm at right now. Meanwhile, the person who doesn't have anything is writing the lifestyle. They're writing the lifestyle they aspire to. So they're faking it until they make it. Mm-hmm. But if you listen to it, like even if I wrote where I'm at right now, it would sound like some of the things you hear coming from the guys who have no money right now.
Everything.
Yeah, it's all there. It's all that content is there. Everything is representation of the 1%. What I mean is the 1% of our population can afford to actually have it and actually
those helicopter rides,
yeah,
10,000 square feet cribs.
Yeah, all
so
of
in other words, everyone's lying.
Those PJs.
Yeah, they're putting all that in the music and they're lying.
Well, I got somebody who's not lying. It's off this lost tape. Let's do it. 888 Shade 45. 50 Cent is here. Let's go. Shade 45. 50 Cent in this bitch.
That's right. I'm up in here.
Lost tape. If you don't have it right now.
That's right. So call up here now. Call up here if you think it ain't okay for me to write about the harder portion of my life or the tougher points that I went through, and that you think I should write about having everything when the guys that you know don't have it, that you're playing right now, just talking about the bottles they pop and the diamonds and the chain and then they watch, when you know Audemars did not put those stones on that watch, boy.
You know what?
And you know those are not diamonds in that chain.
You know another thing?
My brother.
I think people want to see 50 Cent collaborate more with people in the game.
I'm ready to play, man. I'm ready. You know, they got to send me some stuff. Like, I played around. I gave them an indication that it was cool to send me something.
Yeah, I seen Wiz tweet something the other day.
Yeah, Wiz Khalifa. Me and him will get together on something. Yeah, we're going to work and do something. And then, what was it? The first YG. We did the Tooted and Booted remix. Yeah. And I did Buzzing with Man. Yeah. These is the new guys.
A lot of new artists.
Yeah, really new
artists.
Like brand new. Like this.
What about some of the ones in kind of in your air, like a Fab or a Jeezy?
Jeezy, that'll happen.
Okay,
that'll happen. Like me and him actually, we've been in conversation before. You know, so that's just timing. The right record to come and for us to do something. And as far as like I'm open to whatever. Like I'm really at this point, I don't think I'm gonna do anything else that solidifies me as an artist in this actual point. I think I can make the kind of album that gets enough notoriety that that it feels like the launch of Get Rich or Die Trying, but the numbers will never reflect what it did in the past. Like it's impossible.
That's almost
to sell
impossible.
13 million
the climate has changed so much drastically that
it's over.
Yeah, I don't think that can exist anymore.
And along with the numbers not doing that, the check won't reflect that because it's a different climate.
You got a big check when you first came in the game.
Yeah, I couldn't fuck it up. Like it came so fast that just dropped it off in one shot. Like you sell 13 million records. That's LL Cool J's whole career. My first CD is his whole. What Jay did? 11 albums.
Yeah,
somewhere around there. Yeah,
11 albums, and out of there he had one that did 5, the Hard Knock Life, and everything. Well, the first one was a gold record. So
independent though. But
yeah, and then the whole career is like how many records? It's about the first album.
Yeah, wow. I mean, it sells over time as catalog, but still, like,
yeah, my catalog's still selling.
Yeah,
you can check the numbers.
Oh, I know, buddy.
Yeah, like so. While you got that, the first record is like someone's career, their entire career. But they've built a level of consistency with their consumers and their fans over that time period that makes it feel like it's a whole nother thing, you know. But I just look at it between. He probably did more than 13 million records, but
by now, yeah.
Between the first two, his whole career, definitely. Because that was 10, the next album. So it was 23. He didn't do that.
You guys have an interesting relationship. Do y'all talk at all?
Who?
Tom, you and Jay?
Nah, like if we have a specific business deal or idea, something going on, we'll get on the phone with each other. Like it's not people mistake it. They mistake it as if it's beef.
Yeah.
When it's like whenever you're in a category.
Are y'all competitive?
Yeah. Really competitive.
When you who are your competitors when you think about the game?
I use Jay. I use Puffy from time to time. I use I like to use the new crews. I like to use Baby and them. You know what I'm saying? Like when they're on the roll, I look and go, okay, I see what you're doing. But you know what's interesting? Baby and them, they the last wave of things that happened, and it was cool because they was able to maneuver. They was able to. The Baby became the head star of the actual camp. Because Wayne is now the star of Cash Money. Before he was the youngin', the littlest one.
Yeah.
That was there, and he was being groomed the entire time. So now they get a whole new wave of energy, and he did good things putting together the pieces to rejuvenate that. And now you look, No Limit ain't what No Limit was
at all.
Bad Boy ain't what Bad Boy was.
Cash Money's bigger than ever.
Death Row ain't what Death Row was. And he caught one, did the right thing with everything around it to reignite, what's going on. And it's the climate of the game. It's the climate of the business, because the business itself is sitting still. Like they're watching it be like that. Like it's almost like they think it's over already. And it's not the actual artists, it's the actual executives in the building. Like when I don't have an attachment to any company, because when I walk through there, I don't know anybody. Everybody got fired and there's new people there, so you look and you go, who are these people? I don't know.
The whole regime that you came in with at Interscope is...
Yeah, it's gone. So like this, it's the main heads are still there. As far as Jimmy Berman and the guys that I would communicate with, but those are dollar guys.
Do they ask your opinion when they sign new artists, new rap acts?
Yeah. Well, they'll ask if I want them.
Okay.
I can still bring artists to Interscope if I want to. It's not a problem. Like
88 Shade 45, 50 Cent is here. What you want to do off the tape? You call this one.
Oh man, let's get to that double up joint. I got
Tough
Earl Hayes on there. Yeah, I brought Hayes out of the woodworks. Y'all know him. He used to be signed to Dr. Dre and Timbaland. Now he's a Money Team artist. Meaning me and Floyd collaborating on putting his projects together. So we're gonna make it happen.
Lost Tape, Gangsta Grill. 88 Shade 45 Friday night. Y'all know what the fuck it is. 5 Friday night. We in this bitch. Shout to Nelson. Shout to Renee Lake Show.
Yeah, man.
Motherfucking Reef is still here.
Yeah.
50.
Yeah, Reef always want to sit in like he babysit me when I come around this motherfucker.
He does that a lot, right? I'll be hearing him on Who Kid shows. How does that always work?
I'm like, what you doing, man? Like, why you come?
Who Kid asks me to participate because he doesn't know how to prep for an interview.
Oh, okay.
He does really good interviews, though. I think he's a better interviewer than he is a DJ.
No, he absolutely is that. He can't. Look, he can't. He's not a DJ technically. Technically,
he got over for a lot of years, getting a lot of big checks.
Yeah, Who Kid is
a lot of button pushing. Who Kid?
Yeah, pow, pow. He let off a couple gunshots, a few sirens.
Drop the coins.
Drop the coins, but he's not scratching nothing.
How many times do you think he's been fired since y'all been?
Well, I mean, Who Kid fucks up an exceptional amount of time for someone who's consistently done the same show
for years.
Yeah, you would think that they, would almost in a mistake they'd be able to hide it. But his is visible, and I have to fire him like on stage, like in front of people, like
it's on YouTube,
like in front of 60,000. Like you fucking fired, nigga.
Like, you suck.
Yeah, after today, you getting the fuck out.
A lot of cheers, huh?
So, with this collaboration between you guys, is there a chance that DJ Drama hits the road with?
I take Drama.
Yeah,
I take Drama with me. Well, but let's let the record reflect that you brought this to our attention here.
Yes.
So Who Kid could look at you like you fucked up his money.
I think you're nobody. You're nobody till 50 fires you.
Listen, I haven't been in Brazil yet. Abu Dhabi is on my list. Egypt, all places you're really big at. So,
yeah, I've been all over places.
Yeah.
What's interesting is I did so much international like touring to set up those territories for myself as an artist that I kind of neglected America.
Yeah.
In some ways, because I went, like, I was in my business manager's office, right? Me and M shared the same business manager in the very beginning. We were working with a guy in Long Island. His name was Bruce. His name was Bruce, right? And he had a plaque that M had. It was the Marshall Mathers LP. And I said, man, I want one of those. And he's like, what, like a plaque? I have Marshall send it over. I said, no, I want one of those with my record, with all of the flags on it. And he looked at me, because it had like all the flags going around. Like, I said, I want to go everywhere. Like, I want to go everywhere. And he looked at me like I was bugging, but then I did all of the traveling. I laid the groundwork. You know, I did on that first album, and then it became almost a regimen. So I dropped the record and then leave, and the tour be international, and I wouldn't be actually.
I'll just see it's in front of 50,000.
Yeah, strut my shit here. So this album, when I do drop it, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna tend to my people first.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna stay in America and do some things, and then we'll go international and cover those territories.
I think sometimes because you're not, because you're such in the upper echelon of rappers and hip hop, and you know what I mean, with your success, and then of course with that comes that talk after time, like if it's not relevant or the music's not the same and everything.
Yeah,
they still don't understand if you were to come to a city near you, the type of reaction that people would still get if they saw 50 Cent.
Look at this, look, Drama. What they're saying is 50 isn't as current as he was.
Exactly.
Meaning he's just not. I'm not just writing and putting it out for no reason. See, they're familiar. I condition them for something that is a bit extreme. Like, I wrote music like it was a job. So it's like I'm doing it from 9 to 5, and then I'll go to sleep and wake up and do it again. And then, like, in the very beginning, like, there's a plaque behind you. It got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 mixtapes.
14 mixtapes. Platinum in the streets.
I'm sure that
one of my favorite plaques.
Out of all of those tapes, the 14 times 14 by 15 tracks. It's a lot of work. It's a huge body of work material that I had to create for that.
A lot of money from Hoop Kid too.
Yeah, he made a lot of money off that.
Yeah.
And
he ever cut you a check?
Never. But he
I've never cut none of the artist checks.
He means well though. He means.
I mean well too.
He means well. But
a couple weeks ago, Floyd Mayweather fight. We saw you come out. The New Money team.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber.
We had Bieber with us.
What was that conversation?
Oh, Bieber heavy. Bieber real heavy in the game. You know what I'm saying? So he was telling me about the future and how things are going to change. You know what I'm saying? He's like, look at me, man. Get a good look at me, man. I am MJ. I am Michael Jackson. I'm starting early, and my fans are gonna grow with me. And the younger fans, like Floyd's daughter was sitting next to me when we was watching the fight.
Okay.
Right? And there was a point in the fight that I was like, oh shit. Like watching the fight, and I looked, and she was like, she wasn't doing what I was doing.
She was watching Bieber.
Yeah, she was checking Bieber out from across the room, and I had to get her the elbow a little bit, like, boop, wake up. You know what I'm saying? We watching the fight, right? And then she started smiling and went back to the fight. And it's ill because the kids are different. Like there was a point where she saw her daddy start bleeding out the nose. Like Floyd, let me say, Floyd, when he's shaking his head no, he's telling the camp that exchange wasn't nothing. He has those habits out of the actual boxing gym. He's not trying to indicate to the fighter, that that was nothing. That the fight is not gonna matter. You're gonna still keep going. So. He's telling us that wasn't nothing. Like he ain't laying nothing that meant anything. So I'm like, when I see him shaking his head no, I go, okay, that wasn't nothing. And then to see the what made the fight more exciting for people was for them to see blood on Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, because it was a very pro Cotto crowd, right?
And
it's always an anti-Mayweather crowd.
But Cotto's Puerto Rican, so
yeah, but Cinco de Mayo, like
a lot of those guys normally be like that.
Everybody, well, you know what it is? It's like
they be anti-Floyd. They want to see Floyd lose.
In the history of entertainment, they build entertainers in order to destroy them for the sake of entertainment.
Of course.
So everyone wants to create that superhero, that great person, and then there's people there that agree to disagree. So you look at even the bookies, right?
Mm-hmm.
The casinos, they had the odds 7-1. I made my bet. They changed the odds 8.5.
What was your bet?
I bet some change like that.
Nice number he just put up.
Yeah. So look, after I bet
A lot of zeros behind them.
after I make the bet, they go. The next morning when I wake up, it's 11-1.
Now, when you made that initial bet, did you come in there with the briefcase, like here, like
Cash.
like
Yeah,
bang?
they brought it. They had to get out the bank to bring it to the sports book. Now look, if they go, but when I come downstairs and it's 11-1, you know what they try and do now? They want to get that money to even up. See, because anybody who knows boxing knows Cotto ain't no bum. Like he's a tough fighter. Like he's not like a
not a slouch.
pushover.
You mentioned him before in the song.
Yeah, like I'm my knuckle game like Cotto. I'm saying it in the Big Ten.
Yep.
Like we know he's sharp. You know what I'm saying? So while they see us laughing and playing and shopping and doing all this other stuff on 24/7, right after that camera go off, back to business. You know that who you standing in front of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Floyd did everything he had to do to come out victorious in the situation, and he deserves it. So in this actual case, you watch. They didn't even wipe the blood off as soon as he got in the actual corner.
No.
It stayed on his face. So it makes the crowd feel like he's being hurt.
Right, and plus in the arena they had a big like
To show
screen
you,
with
yeah.
the HD screen,
And every time they showed it,
replays.
they got a huge response out of the crowd. I mean, and it's because you see he's one of the fighters to take the least amount of punishment. And they show you these pound for pound the best fighter by saying how many effective punches he lands and how lower the fighter that he's actually fighting, their amount of effective
and it's like
punches.
I guess what do they call it? You know, effective in the sense that less punches thrown,
right?
But
real
he's
effective
still-
punches. Yeah.
Speaking of fights, I
Yes.
think we won the fight in these streets with this tape. I got
Oh,
a couple
man,
records to play. Lost Tape, DJ Drama, 50 Cent, Gangsta Grill. Hit us the fuck up on the phone lines, 888-SHADE-45. 50 Cent is here, Memorial Weekend. Bang out. Friday night, man, Lost Tape, crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of history made.
Hell yeah. We was talking about that fight. I put the what's the name? The 2 Chainz remake.
Yeah.
See, he don't even
Came
know.
out to that.
We got 2 Chainz. If you listen to this, let me make you understand what happened. All right. Drama called, said you need to do the 2 Chainz remix.
Gotta do it. Big
Sent the
record.
instrumental for me. I said, all right, let's put it together. Let's do it. I did the joint. Now, every time that I've done someone's song over on the mixtape, I've done everything they've said over. I took them off the records. This time, because I'm like, I'm cool with 2 Chainz. Like, I like him. I want to see him have his shot and get into a good space. I said, I'm going to leave him on the record and just make the remix. It was only 8 bars. You can tell it was a freestyle because he did 8 and then he did 12. And then I put 8 behind his 8 and then I cut 4 off of
I like how you did that.
his last 8 and put that together.
Yeah, and you know, people have to remember too that format of redoing somebody's record didn't exist before 50 Cent.
Yeah, like they was
a lot of 16s would just spit as freestyles until
that's it.
2-tracking records didn't really exist.
Right, until
You know?
You know, like
yeah, it's just like Puffy, we'd have to give him the remix.
Yeah.
The concept of the remix
Yeah.
comes from him. Like that's what he offered the culture. He brought Biggie, Mace, and the Lox and all of them with the music that his mom played in front of him. Those hit records from that era. And then they would say freestyling in song format. Marketing, what we implemented in
That's all
marketing
you.
to create a separation was me. Because I didn't want to be put back in the box an artist that could rap that can't actually songwrite.
Yeah.
right.
And there's a huge difference because I think the best rappers
I mean,
are
a lot
battling
of them
each
I
other.
remember started getting played in New York. Your versions over there.
Over the other one. I was doing shows. I was doing 2 shows a night. I was getting 15,000, 20,000, 2 shows a night, and I didn't have a record deal. We was running around, and I was like, "Yo, I'm doing a 10 o'clock show."
Mixtape tour.
And then at the middle of the night, like
12,
1:30, 2 o'clock, somewhere else. And between there, we go from Connecticut to Boston. We wasn't playing. Like, we was moving around, and it didn't matter. Like, it was like, where? I'm coming. You know who the smartest guy is that I ran into in that time period?
Who?
Master P. Master P. He's seen it. He knew what was gonna happen before it happened because he came and he said, "I want to do 8 shows with you."
Mm-hmm. Early.
We left. We did 6. He said, "Yo," he came. We was doing shows in a barn. We was doing shows in a barn out of town. It was ill because P would play the record and sing to the record. Like he wouldn't even have the instrumental playing. Like he would just sing the song to the song. And I was like, "Yo, you get away with murder!" Like he was the illest. Like to me, that was the illest shit since like Lil Jon, because I didn't know what Lil Jon was saying. He was just going, "Yeah,"
Right.
and screaming, and the stuff that he did was, I was like, man, he got a mean hustle. Because it was the thing when you make that connect to the culture and people want to hear it. I think it's amazing.
When that was going on, did you purposely or just by you being you kind of embrace the South and even your drawl or some of how you were formulating your lyrics? Kinda, it resonated in the South.
That, and I have habits from my grandparents. Like my grandparents say they finna go to the store. You know what I'm saying? Like there's different things.
Nobody in New York was saying finna.
No, my grandparents is from Aiken, South Carolina.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they would say things, and I grew up under them my entire life. So they had little habits and things that they would say that ended up in the music without me even being conscious of it. Like I was just talk like that because they was there. You know what I mean? Like out of habit. And then with like Wankster was a country record.
Stupid.
Like that was a southern record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Certain joints that I did that felt like they just belong. I always had liked artists from like different regions. Like I was the first artist from New York City to call for Pimp C and Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We did As the World Turns on Power the Dollar in
before Big Pimpin'.
98. Yeah, like because I got shot. Big Pimpin' was the first time.
Power the Dollar is that old?
Yeah.
Yep.
We recorded it in 98. It was supposed to come out in 99.
Upstate, right?
Yeah. In Bearsville.
Crazy. 50 Cent is here, the Lost Tape. We banging out. Is Ray J still a member of the Money Team?
I haven't seen Ray J. Floyd, look, they got a relationship that's cool. I don't know how it actually started, but he Floyd has a huge passion for music. And that's why you'll see more people from music culture around him. Like his relationship with Wayne and them, and his relationships with you see Bieber coming.
Yeah.
And these different people coming around. And
who made that call? Floyd or Bieber? Who called who?
I think it was Bieber and them wanting to come because he's a fight.
I heard that they talked.
He's growing up. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
They think he's a little guy. Like and when you talk to him, he's smart. Like he's a big guy. You know what I'm saying?
You think he's fucking bitches?
I think he's fucking bitches. I think you need to think. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Where do you see his career come? You think he'll be able to get his Justin Timberlake on and
definitely.
Okay.
I think he's going to continue to go. I think his career is just getting started.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to do a mixtape, do a Gangsta Girls.
He need to, and when he said he want to actual rap, like he wants to do that, do something like that, he needs to put that there.
Yeah.
And let them digest the idea of it.
Scooter, come on, man.
Yeah, we need to go ahead and put that Gangsta Girls together because I think that's where you experiment with those things. Like look at Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I seen him
he's sounding better than some rappers.
No, listen. I seen him in a what's the name? He was in a cypher. I forgot what award show it was. BET.
Yeah.
And
killed it.
No, I'm gonna say this out loud. I'm gonna say this. I don't care if you was in that cypher. You need to go back to the board because if you want to call Chris the R&B guy, like okay, but he put an ass whooping on them. You know what I'm saying? Like. And M was in a cypher too. He got busy, but M cheat. Yeah. M cheat because don't nobody tell him when to stop.
Yeah, he was just going.
Like he was just going. He went for like
a lot of bars.
Yeah. He just rocked out, and everybody was just watching. Like who gonna tell him to stop?
That was the first time a lot of people had seen you and Lil Wayne together too.
Yeah.
There was some. It's been a little bit of back and forth a couple years.
It's always look. Check this out. Whenever you have when artists are saying things or going back and forth, for them. It feels like it's something else initially. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have anything to really motivate your reasoning for having differences, then it's hip-hop. It's just the culture. it's making you, the competitive nature of it is making you say what you're saying or how you feel about something. Because you like, if you didn't know them, I'm happy for Lil Boosie. I'm not down there with him under those circumstances, but I just didn't see a whole lot of free Lil Boosie t-shirts. You see what I'm saying? Like, because it felt like he was done off completely. Yeah. And now that that ain't the circumstances, I want to see who becomes his friend. I want to watch this little movie take place.
It'd be interesting, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be some people.
4 years is a lot different than 15, 20.
Yeah. We'll wake up, we'll go to sleep and wake up, he's home. You know, away from 25, you know. So that's a huge difference. But I just look, when you're a part of hip-hop culture, it's not something that you can just take a peek at. You live hip-hop.
I think people forget that it came out of, like, MCing came out of guys battling.
Right. It comes from, but they, you know what I think? I don't think they think they're battling when they're doing it. When they go back, when you take that step back to create your new presentation, if you're trying to create the best possible presentation, then you know everybody else that's there that's doing the same thing, you're in competition with them on some levels.
888 Shade 45, 50 Cent is here, the Lost Tape. We not done yet. Let's get into it. Y'all know the phone number, man. Hit us the fuck up. Trendsetter says DJ Drum Cent.
Yeah.
The Lost Tapes. I wanted to ask you before we got out of here.
Right.
You know, just recently Barack Obama came out in support of gay marriage.
Right.
Thus far, Hove has spoken in support. Floyd has spoken in support.
Right.
I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
The politically correct thing to say would be that you for, you know, people living their lives the way they would actually like to live their lives, right? And of course I'll be politically correct, and say that. But at the same time, if you have any religious belief, you just gotta, you know, just look in those Bibles and any of those religious things, whether you're Muslim and it's the Quran, or you're Christian or you're Baptist or whatever it is, and just see where in your Bible that you feel like is your guidelines of how you live your life properly, that fits.
Do you think when those comments are made, or when that happens, like, you think Barack made the call to Hove and said, listen, I need you to do this?
No.
The trickle down theory, you know what I mean?
I think that was a smart strategic move from him to say that, following that. And it just look, being in the right space. Look at this. When you say artists, look at growth, like, in different areas. You gotta look at an artist where he's actually at in his life. Like, how old are these guys? They got 43 years old, 44 years old. They can't be doing the same. Look, they're kids. If they had kids at 20, the kids would be in the game. All right, you'd be you versus your son. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be a little more mature in the things that you actually do and you say moving forward, because of where you're at the actual point in your life, or it doesn't make sense to you. So they'll look like, it's like a lot of things that I'll be doing, and when my audience is going, oh, it feels like you're softer than you was before, because you wasn't doing nothing, and you was just saying this to us, and this is the way we felt about it. I was like, okay, cool. I'll offer things that creatively mirror that on some levels, but creatively add things that reflect where I'm at right now, versus just faking it. This is the part of the culture that I fell in love with, was when you had something that actually related to what you're actually going through. That's what makes it authentic. There's artists out there that are better than me at different things. They're not better than me at being me. So my blueprint has been to stick to being 50 Cent and writing things that apply to myself, that makes me feel like this is good. Like, this music makes me feel good. It makes me drive fast when I hear it. I want to hurt someone. I want to hurt someone when this comes on.
50 Cent, my nigga, it's been a pleasure, honor, man. I had a lot of fun putting this tape together. I guess it's only dramatically fitting that you got sick doing the DJ drama tape. It comes with my name. Sorry about that.
Yeah. I mean, next time could you try like something like a head cold or something a little more basic?
Yeah.
By the way, drama, you're fired.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Hey, look. What you know what's crazy is we're gonna sit, we're gonna watch how they respond to this tape, and if we get what you were anticipating from it, the response, we'll do it again.
Yeah, I hear it. Maybe even give me a check next time, y'all. And like that, we about to get the fuck up out of here. 50 Cent, the Lost Tape, Gangsta Grills, holla at us.
Why don't we just take the tape, pay Pay the producers and sell it.
iTunes, we about to call you right now. We the fuck up out of here, Shade 45.